Welcome to Card Corner. These are the cards. That's the corner. Tomorrow I'm going to a collector show with my friend Milo over at the Trading Cards channel. I propose we do a 15 card blind trade. So I'm just going to show you guys what I'm giving him, and then I'll show you guys what he gave me. First, I've got this troll card. It's the fashion troll, because Milo is so fashionable. Next, I've got Masayuki Matsunuma of the Lions. It is a Japanese baseball card. I think that it will be his first Japanese baseball card, so that'll be pretty cool. Next, I got this Randy Hall coach card from the Niagara Falls team in 89-90, and I like that it says on the back that their general manager was also assistant coach and produced marketing and promotions. So he's a real jack of all trades. Got this Dizzy Devil sticker. It was one of our doubles. I think it's a pretty good card. He's one of the key characters from the show. We've got Kimberly from the Power Rangers. She's playing a little broom ball here, having fun with the other teens. This Bruce Hood is a referee card that Milo said that he had his eye on specifically. It looks like he developed the referee's uniform for the NHL, and Milo was interested in that. Got the Living Death RoboCop 2 card. This is where he's lying down, splayed out with his guts all over the table there, computer guts. And I think that it's a good card that really showcases the RoboCop helmet very well. So I think that would be a nice addition. And we've got Vision. I've seen him open some of the Marvel cards, and Vision's in the MCU. And the Wild Weasel. I just like the name. We've got Daffy Duck Portrait. I've been meaning to open some more of these Space Jam cards, so we'll have to get to that soon, trying to find that Marvin the Martian card. But in the meantime, we're going to ship this Daffy Duck Portrait off to Milo. Got the Return to Tomorrow Star Trek card because for obvious reasons. Here's a Mork and Mindy card. Mork's in the bathroom. He's taking a meteor shower. Get it? Because he's an alien. With their like quizzes. I know he likes the quiz backs on the cards there. This is from the X-Files, a little bit of background art for an episode called Too Shy that I can't remember if I've seen or not, but I kind of think that's a cool artwork. Next up, we've got Redhead Kingpin. I am guessing he's going to try to see if he can get this one signed, so let's see if he does that. And last but not least, we've got Billy Zane. We pulled Billy Zane, then Billy Zane, so Milo gets a Billy Zane. All right, these are the 15 cards. Let's see what we get. 24 hours later. All right, and just like that, we are back with our mystery pack from Milo over at the Trading Card channel at Trade Cards. Make sure you check them out. We've got Guar on the back here. And I'm not sure who this Jonathan character is, but we'll start from that side. Oh, the Jonathan is stuck to the little bag. All right, first up, I guess maybe that's where the sticker was attached to. It is a puzzle with a dapper young gentleman on the front, or on the back there. Next up, we've got Ray Smith. Is this an autograph? It looks like an autograph, and it would be our first autograph on the card corner, which is pretty damn sweet. Wow. All right, we've got Rocky 2, Apollo's Dynamic Fists. Getting punched by Apollo Creed there. Puzzle back. Man, I can't believe he sent me an autograph. That's pretty cool. All right, and we got the Goonies. Discovery of the Treasure Cabin. And I just watched him opening these, and he wanted cards of this girl to send for autographs, so he sent me the one where she's getting blocked. That's cool. From the Goonies. I like that movie, but it's been a while since I've seen it. All right, next up we've got, looks like a card from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Everything's relative. I have seen this movie, but I do not recall this character's role. Everything's relative. Looks like it's a sticker too. Cool. All right. Oh, we got Welcome to Westview. It is from WandaVision. I actually did quite like that series with the different sitcoms. In particular, like I really liked the Malcolm in the Middle one because that's one of my favorite sitcoms. Wanda parts the hex to make way for the residents of Westview to escape. Acting director of SWORD, Tyler Hayward, takes advantage of the opportunity to mobilize his agents and to get a chance to neutralize the threat Wanda presents. It's like a postcard. We've got Patrick Dempsey, a Hollywood zombie card. Let's check this one out. The Sexiest Man Not Alive. We've got a Russell Crowe up here. And Buried Pit. Got some zombies. Patrick Dempsey. Leiron de Jarnet, it was the artist. I don't think I've opened any of these sort of more parody-driven packs on the channel, but it would be cool to get something like that. Keep thinking it's a magic card, but he's just putting them in the sleeves. We've got, it's like a cutout one of Dwayne Lucas, the 4-time Kentucky Derby winner. That's pretty sweet. Lucas's thoroughbreds have won the Kentucky Derby 4 times, the Preakness Stakes 6 times, and the Belmont Stakes 4 times, making him the first trainer to earn more than $100 million in purse money. He won the first 2 legs of the Triple Crown in 1999 with Charismatic. In 2014, he received the Eclipse Award of Merit for his lifetime of achievements. Cool, nice shiny and cutout from the Panini Americana set. Awesome. I like that one. All right, next up we got the sandwich from with a Pepsi inside. Come Alive with Pepsi was introduced in 1965. Market surveys showed that youth-minded people drank more soft drinks than anyone else did. Therefore, Come Alive was targeted to those who thought young and had fun. I feel like times have probably changed a little bit since then. I like how it's like got the different Pepsis from different areas. I think that's like Persian or Arabic. Some Cyrillic thing, alphabet over here. It's like I guess it's a Scottish ad for Pepsi. Pretty cool. All right, next up we've got, it is a Metal Marvel Spider-Woman. Oh, nice. It's got the strength, the power grid. I like when they do that. It seems like a Marvel tradition in these. Herbert Wyndham and Jonathan Drew purchased land near Wangdagore Mountain and found a uranium deposit that funded their research. Drew's daughter Jessica fell ill from the radiation and was placed in a cryogenic unit. Wyndham treated her with spider extract until she recovered, and she awoke with spider powers. Nice, so you don't die and you get spider powers. It's all shiny. Another first. I don't think we've done these metal ones yet. It's a very thick card. Very straight compared to some of the other ones. All right, what's up next? It is G.I. Joe Rolling Thunder. Looks like they got some artillery, massive artillery bombs and firing their guns there. Rolling Thunder has been called the ultimate ground defense weapon for the ultimate fighting force. Able to move quickly on any terrain and armed with enough firepower to put the jump on an entire battalion of Cobras, this machine is a 20-man portable arsenal that attacks with the sound of thunder. And over here we've got the different like weapons that's on it. I like sort of the stats like that. I guess this is from the, I don't know if it's from the cartoon or the comic, or both. All right, next up we've got Poe Dameron from Star Wars, Journey to the Last Jedi. Collect them all. Yes, that is the purpose of trading cards. I would kind of prefer something about Poe Dameron on the back, but that is a very nice artwork on the front, so I appreciate that. All right. If you haven't noticed, I sent Milo 15 cards, and we're already up to almost 15, and there's still a fat stack here, so thanks for that. I really appreciate you doing this trade with us, and you are hooking us up once again with a Helen Keller card. Helen Keller was the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. Born in 1880, she lost her vision and hearing as a result of an illness suffered at 19 months old. Through a series of contacts who included Alexander Graham Bell, the Kellers made contact with Annie Sullivan, an educator who is herself visually impaired. Sullivan broke through to Keller, teaching her how to communicate and becoming her lifelong companion. Helen Keller spent her life advocating for people with disabilities and supporting socialism, topics on which she wrote several books. I like the different textures on this card. It's got the shiny Inspire writing there. And I would like to get some of this set too. I think that the history stuff is very neat. Running out of room here. There's just so much stuff. The hits just keep on coming. Here we have a Slade. I'm unfamiliar with the reference on this one. Very shiny. Rob Slav. He's also known as Dirty Harry. I'm sure this is some sort of like horror movie reference that I'm supposed to know, but I do not, unfortunately. All right, next up we've got the European Economic Community is formed. It's a history of the European Union. Uh, Britain ended its economic insularity from the European continent when it joined the European Economic Community. Ireland and Denmark also joined. A plurality of British people, 39%, disapproved, with 37% approving. The Labour Party threatened to pull Britain out when back in power. Um, yeah, that's definitely an unusual card. It is for some political, economic political formations, which is another first for the channel. Although there might have been something in that set we did about the Gulf War. All right, next up we got Thunderbirds. Thunderbird 1. So, spoilers, I've been planning to open some of these cards on the channel. So, I've been watching some Thunderbirds, and I think it's pretty fun. Thunderbird 1 reaches an incredible speed as it crosses an Antarctic ice cape while on an international rescue mission. The craft is piloted by Scott Tracy, who controls the flight from his remarkable swing seat, which keeps him upright whether Thunderbird 1 is flying vertically or horizontally. I like it. It's like a character card for the Thunderbird. All right, we got Kill or Be Killian. I see Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger, the Pinhead from Hellraiser, Michael Myers. I think maybe that's Chucky and Leatherface. So this is some references that I do know. An 80s horror sticker. Nice. And next we've got Prince Charming from Shrek the Third. Still a mama's boy at heart, Prince Charming is determined to win back his happily ever after. He's obsessed with power and fame and will not stop until he gets it. He enlists the help of the fairy tale villains and vows revenge upon Shrek and Fiona. Prince Charming from Shrek. I've seen probably 2 of the Shreks, but I don't think a third one. All right, next we got the brown shark. I really like the Sharks SeaWorld Ohio card. Seldom seen near the surface, brown sharks are most common at ocean depths of 60 to 180 feet. Their eyes are well suited for seeing in dim light. A layer of reflecting plates behind the retina reflects light back through the retina a second time. The shark's eyes are particularly sensitive to moving objects and contrasts of light and shadow. I do particularly like these animal cards. You get a little bit of information as well as a cool picture of what it looks like. All right, next up it's Andrew Johnson, one of the presidents. Perhaps no president inherited a tougher situation, not even Abraham Lincoln or FDR, than Johnson. An old-school Jacksonian Democrat from the South, Johnson led Reconstruction with honor and decency, but Congress was against him at virtually every turn and eventually impeached him, although he was acquitted by 1 vote and finished his term. Some more history. I like these Americana ones. I wish I could find some of those packs. Definitely got to try to harder to find some of those. And next up it is the Mules of Mount Vernon. You see, just the mules are shiny, and the rest is like a sort of more fine matted stock or finish. George Washington is credited with breeding the mules of the American South. Mules are the hard-working, sterile offspring of a donkey and a horse. At the time, the best donkeys in the world came from Spain, and they were illegal to export unless you can get a royal exemption. Washington tried to get such an exemption for several years before King Charles sent him 2 donkeys as a gift in 1785. He was probably just like, all right, just shut up and I'll give you the stupid donkeys. Unfortunately, only one lived through the voyage to the New World. When he arrived, Washington named him Royal Gift, and 15 years later, Mount Vernon had a herd of almost 60 mules. That's definitely something I didn't know before, so I always like when I can learn through the trading cards. All right, here is Jackal. It's another metal card. Is it actually made of metal? I don't know what the deal is with that. It does seem like a little more rigid than the other ones. It's also got that dual finishing, similarly to the last one. Driven mad by his hideously failed attempts to clone his former students, Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker, the Jackal resorted to sending a vigilante marksman to eliminate the real-life Spider-Man. The assassin prepared for his assignment with target practice, firing shots at a statue that looked just like the wall crawler. This guy is not very fast and has very little energy projection skills. Yeah, I like these cards. I haven't been able to get any of those either. All right, next up we've got the best of Ricky Martin. He is staring deeply into your eyes and your soul, stealing your heart. Twice rejected for Menudo, Ricky has grown into one of the world's premier heartthrobs, drawing throngs of swooning, shrieking female fans wherever he goes. Ricky Martin. All right, it's another Washington Chronicles. It is better to be alone than in bad company. Hear, hear. 1748, George Washington at age 16 in a penmanship exercise. This is one of the 110 rules of civility and decent behavior in company and conversation, originally composed by French Jesuits in 1595 and translated by Francis Hawkins into English in 1640. These 110 rules were important to Washington. He regularly referred to them and is believed to have memorized the whole set. His "Don't bother me" quote. All right, here is Anthony Wayne, a figure in American history that I am not familiar with. Anthony Wayne was nicknamed Mad Anthony for his tactical boldness and courage in battle. He was a statesman and a soldier who rose to the rank of brigadier general. He served as a member of the Pennsylvania General Assembly and helped raise a militia for the state and served at the siege of Yorktown. President Washington appointed Wayne commander-in-chief to the U.S. Army to subdue the Native Americans in the Northwest. Wayne built 5 forts and defeated them at the Battle of Fallen Timbers. He wrote the Treaty of Greenville that ended the Northwest Indian War. I wonder if he does signings. We've got a horror personality sticker. It is Engaging Elvira. I've seen one of her movies as well as some of her intros, and the movie is very goofy. Here she's holding 2 skulls. All right, next up it's Erica. If your name is Erica and you want to trade for the Erica card, definitely get a hold of me. She had 8 marriages to 6 different men, but only 6 were legal. She's Erica Kane. She's had broken engagements with Kent Bogart, Jeremy Hunter, Dave Gillis, Jackson Montgomery, and Charlie Brent. She's Erica Kane. She's had 1 affair each with Jason Maxwell, Nick Davis, and Brandon Kingsley. She's Erica Kane. For over 20 years, Erica Kane has been Pine Valley's queen and glamour vixen. The woman all my children men just love. The woman all my children men just love to mate. All right, I'm not reading the rest of that. It's Erica Kane. All right, this is The Wizard of Oz. Here they're, I think this is when they pull back the curtain and see that it's the wizard is just a guy. Do not arouse the wrath of the great and powerful Oz. I said, come back tomorrow. If you were really great and powerful, you'd keep your promises. Do you presume to criticize the great Oz, you ungrateful creatures? Think yourselves lucky that I'm giving an audience tomorrow instead of 20 years from now. Oh, the great Oz has spoken. Oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The great and powerful has spoken. It's just a guy. All right, here we've got a card for Super Bowl 13 in Miami. First Super Bowl rematch was eagerly awaited by public. Dallas linebacker Thomas Hollywood Henderson stirred up emotions by saying Steelers quarterback Terry Bradshaw couldn't spell cat if you spotted him the C and the T. Morning wind and rain led up by game time. Cowboys team buses wound up in deserted warehouse area after police escort took wrong turn. Colgate University 7 performed national anthem. Bears owner George Halas flipped the coin. Halftime show featured 400 performers flown in from Caribbean, including Trinidad vocalist Ken Hamilton. Theme music was written especially for Super Bowl by pop group KC and the Sunshine Band. 1979 Super Bowl. All right, it looks like we got a couple more. It's Molly Ringwald from The Breakfast Club. For those who grew up in 1980s, it was nearly impossible not to love the sitcom's different strokes and facts of life. Viewers may remember the adorable character Molly Parker, played by Ringwald. She starred on Different Strokes and then reprised her role with Mrs. Garrett and the Gang. Maybe send that one to get signed. And it's Nick Cannon, an entertainer. If you could do it all, why not go ahead and do it? That's the philosophy of Cannon, who has been a rapper opening up for the likes of Will Smith, a stand-up comic, a radio host, a TV star with gigs that have included America's Got Talent, and a record producer. He married pop star Mariah Carey in 2008. All right, we've got Cordelia from Buffy. It's some collectible card game. This is the only card that we have, but I think that it's probably the only card we need. All right, and last up, or no, how many did we got? Did I miss Guar? Guar was in there. Did we already do Guar? Where'd Guar go? Oh, there's Guar. Guar's on the back of the boat. So I love boats on the channel. I've said that many times. I'm sure that Milo has heard it, and that's why he's given us the USS Constitution. It's a pretty sweet boat. Old Ironsides is the third of the original 6 sister warships commissioned and named by President Washington in 1794. The 6 frigates, likely designed by Joshua Humphreys, were unusual in that they were enormous with a strong hull, timber being plentiful in the colonies, and a deep, long keel for speed. They are powerful enough to engage any warships of the French or British navies and fast enough to evade them. The ships came in over budget. The USS Constitution was built in Boston and launched in 1797. Her first duties were to provide protection for American merchant shipping during the Quasi-War with France and to defeat the Barbary pirates in the First Barbary War. She's now the world's oldest ship afloat. Nice. USS Constitution. I really like the picture on this one. It's an old painting, I guess. Doesn't say who painted it, but I like that style. Running out of room for all these awesome cards. All right, and then last, it's Guar. I just love all the costumes, and their music is good, but not as cool as all their costumes. The heavy metal parody quintet Guar, an acronym of unknown meaning, expands to 14 and dresses in elaborate costumes for live performances. It's Guar. Milo knew that I wanted this card, so he saved it for me because he is such a great dude. Anyway, I feel like I've been spoiled here. I don't really know what other way there is to put it. Special thanks to Milo for hooking us up once again. This is definitely going to be our longest video because of that. And if you want to do a trade like this, we can do a blind 15 for 15 card trade. Let me know and we'll set that up. Special thanks once again to Milo at Trading Cards. Definitely check out his channel. Give his channel a subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. I think we learned a lot of cool stuff about like history and got some cards with some really cool, interesting pictures on them. And take it easy.